Having come to terms with the idea of breaking social agreements, the person might start wondering how the hell to live this life in the first place. What is considered right and wrong? Whether he is a trembling creature or whether he has the right. Can it be true that everything is allowed? Bingo! You have the right to do anything you want. But everything in this world has to be paid for, and there are certain things the price of which is beyond all means to pay. After distancing ourselves from the society, we automatically abandon social morals. But a man can't live without a value system, a set of orienting points, indicators about rights and wrongs. What could possibly take place of morals promoted by the society? In order to answer this question, we have to look into magic again. It is important to point out once again that it's not about silly incantations and casting spells, but about understanding laws of the universe. Throughout its existence, magic has developed its own code of behavior. What is different about it is that you can't consider this code a set of morals. Mages do not stick to any morals, they are beyond it. Rather than that, it can be called safety specifications, which describe what is safe to do in this world and what not. Those rules should be followed unconditionally. In the society, morals are deceitful, hypocritical, and schizophrenic, whereas in magic, everything is straight, clear, and logical. Is telling a lie a good or a bad thing? The society says it's bad, yet if you really want it, or not to mention if this is for the greater good, then you're free to lie. In magic, everything works differently. You are bound to pay for everything in this life. For instance, when you make a bargain, the terms of payment are clearly determined. We understand what we're going to pay with. In contrast, if you decide, for example, that it's allowed to take something as a freebie, rest assured you will also pay for that somehow. Yet there is no way of knowing when it's going to happen and what will be the currency. Therefore, better not to go for freeloading in order to avoid possible future unpleasant surprises. Well, what about telling a lie? For a mage, there is no sense lying. If we deceive somebody, we automatically create an alternative reality in his head. It works the same way with everybody we lie to, and consequently, we have to keep it in mind what we said to them all in order not to give ourselves out accidentally. Stands to reason if we constantly lie to people around us, our minds are fully occupied with all these fake realities in people's heads, which makes it troublesome to be able to do something else. At minimum, it's not effective. Secondly, a mage understands that his words are bricks used to build his own reality. Thus, his words have to be filled with power. It can be achieved only if behind the words there is a firm intention to do something. If we lie, we devalue our words. And moreover, we're getting into habit of it. As a result, even promises that we make for ourselves lose their potential. Magic rules are applied not only to behavior, but also to thinking. For a mage, his thinking has the same power in shaping his life as acting in the real world. So, mental hygiene is a must. There are certain thoughts that are unhealthy and toxic, and they are genuinely capable of destroying our life. Everything that we allow towards others, we automatically allow towards ourselves. If we take something from somebody without paying, we, at the same time, agree on a probability of this happening to us. Notably, anything that we allow towards ourselves quite often becomes imminent. For example, a man is short of money and considers acceptable going to war and killing other people in order to earn something. Sooner or later, such a person is bound to end up in a reality where taking lives is a norm. But he will be able to come back either only in a coffin or as a cripple missing a leg or an arm. Most people can't grasp this elementary cause and effect connection. Preposterous, they outrage. He went to mow a grass and ended up being mowed by it instead. Guys, what did you expect? This is the way of how dreams come true in this world. If we were to determine the center of the value system in magic, then it would probably be a free will, as everything converges around it. A mage is a free man that doesn't tolerate the possibility that someone else interferes with his own destiny. Therefore, it's obvious that he has a deep reverence for another person's free will. Such a principle doesn't exist in the society, as people tend not to respect others' freedom. They constantly pry into each other's lives and barge into private space, planning to improve it and give unsolicited advice. For a mage is not acceptable. He doesn't have the right to help if he is not asked to. Moreover, he is as well not allowed to help to a really close person that suffers. Even when a robber is threatening you with a knife, he is providing you with a choice: your life or your wallet. He is not breaking laws of the universe, as he is not stripping you of your free will. The only thing that he is violating is human laws. On the other hand, if you try, for instance, to make your wife do something she doesn't want, if you try to enslave her, modify according to your wishes, human laws are not broken. But from the universe's point of view, one of its basic rules is being infracted here: the law of free will. This principle can be boiled down into a very famous mouthful: live yourself and let others live. Fulfill your potential and let others' potential be fulfilled. Do not interfere with people's lives, and they will not interfere with yours. It's better not to allow violating another person's free will, even in your thoughts. Because if this person can be stripped of it, then you're also in danger of losing this sacred gift. Anyway, people tend to take away freedom from others in order to make their own life more stable and predictable, like when they call for banning something, for example. When contrasted with the schizophrenic social principles, the harsh but clear and logic laws of magic look way more effective, interesting, and, well, maybe right indeed. As if you respect people's free will, then your own freedom will be respected as well. If you don't, be ready that others will constantly pry into your life and trammel you from following your own path. Such is the law.